This is Dr. Eric Mortensen, this is your professor. I want to speak a little bit about how to write clearly and concisely today. So, the objectives are to identify reasons for writing clearly and concisely, identify and describe methods of doing so, introduce resources that assist you in doing so, and apply methods of writing clearly and concisely to practical examples. Okay, well, obviously, the main reason for writing clear and concise sentences and papers is that it helps you get helps your audience understand what you're trying to say, and it sends a message of authority to the reader. So, in order to do so, you need to make deliberate decisions about the words you use, replace vague words and phrases with concrete, specific ones, go from passive to active voice, and remove redundant and unnecessary phrases. So you need to make deliberate decisions about the words you use, and you're going to need a dictionary and a thesaurus to do this. Now, be aware, the thesaurus isn't there just to put a fancier word in place of the words you have. It's there to kind of make sure you're saying exactly what it is you want to say. So be aware that when you choose a word, there's the denotation and connotation. So there's an actual standard dictionary definition of the word, but there's also kind of like associated meanings that go along with that word. So you need to be aware of that when you're choosing words. So for instance, look at this word thin. You could find several synonyms, right? Sort of, other words that kind of mean the same thing, but they're not all the same. So thin can also be described using puny, emaciated, or slim, but these are all very different words, right? They mean something different. So the point here is just be aware when you're choosing your words. Choose your words carefully, and this is really important. Here's practice. You can pause this if you need to. And another. Okay, you're also going to want to replace vague words and phrases with concrete, specific ones. This is very important with writing. You want to send a tone of authority and knowledge. If using words and phrases that are very vague doesn't do that. So here are a list of those and some practice. Thirdly, you're going to want to eliminate passive voice when you can. So, basically, if we go down to the bottom box, passive voice is these kinds of phrases like the car was washed by Tyrese, the window was broken by Jim, my wallet was stolen. So you could say Jim broke the window, or you could say the window was broken by Jim. And this passive voice, in some cases, it's useful, but it's wordy, and it sort of doesn't kind of have the same kind of emphasis, clarity, concision, and kind of power that just a straightforward sentence would have. So to fix it, you want to kind of reverse things and have the person or thing that's performing the action put first. So again, the car was washed by Tyrese. Tyrese washed the car. Here's a practice. And another. Okay, so finally, remove redundant and unnecessary phrases. So this is basically wordiness. Academic writing is not just supposed to be big words and long sentences. That's a misnomer. I mean, people sometimes think that, but that's not the case. Academic writing should be characterized by clear, concise writing that gets to the point, and doesn't sort of employ a lot of extras. So here's a list of common phrases, some phrases you might be using, and here's some fixes on the right. And yeah, I mean, I'm not. It's not to say that you can't or you don't need to be a bit wordy at some points. Sometimes you do. And certainly if you're trying to explain yourself and you need those words, by all means keep those words. But if it's a matter of just, finding yourself with these very long sentences that aren't really saying much, then you should probably fix that. Here's the practice. And here's another one. And again, if you have any questions, please contact me. Good luck.